Yes, now see the phasor diagrams. First, the resistive load we are taking. See the reference is phi. See the reference is phi, and this voltages and all we know. This voltage is V1 equal to minus E1. This is I2 and E1. So these things we know. And I naught also, you know, it is the no load current we know. And I naught and I1, you see, I naught and I1 are out of phase by phi naught. That is your power factor. We have seen in the last class, the effective power entering in your primary is V1, I1 cos phi naught. So cos phi naught is the power factor between the voltage and the current. Okay. So between V1 and I1, the power factor is phi 1. Between I1 and I naught, the power factor is phi naught. Okay, sorry, between V1 and I naught, the power factor is phi naught. Between V1 and I1, the power factor is phi 1. See, always power factor we measure between V1 and the currents. See, resistive load means what is the meaning? The power at the output side, the current I2 is not going to have any phase shift. So I2, you see, I2 will be in the same phase as E2. I2 direction will be same as E2 because the load is resistive. Resistive load will not offer any phase shift, or resistive load will not contribute to power factor. So direction of I2, you see, it is the same direction of E2. E2 and I2 are in phase, which means that the load at the secondary is resistive. See, ரெண்டு things you should understand. Resistive component means V and I are in phase. If V and I are in phase, then indirectly we can say the load has to be resistive. That is the understanding. Okay. So here you see I naught and I1 dash is flowing along V1. I naught is here. The resultant is going to be I1. The total current, primary current, is addition of I naught and I1 dash. It is vectorially in between I naught and I1 dash. So I naught, see the equation, I1 equal to I naught plus I1 dash, correct? So I naught, I told you, you cannot add them as it is vector addition. So I naught will be having a power factor of, will be having an angle of I naught. I1 will be having an angle of I1. And always you see the I1 dash will be in phase with V1 in the case only because it is a resistive load. Is the first diagram clear? Resistive load. See, unless you understand this, it is not going to be easy for you. The resistive load phasor diagram clear to everyone. See, we have already seen how to draw this line and this line previously. Flux phi we have seen. Then we have seen how to draw V1, V2, E1, I2. So till that it is going to be same. Additionally, what we are drawing here, we are drawing I naught, I1, I1 dash, I2. We are additionally drawing the four currents here. I naught, I1, I1 dash, and I2. See, I2 and E2 will be in the same direction because of resistive load. And I naught, I1 dash is going to be the vector sum of I naught and I1 dash. See, I naught and I1 dash is in phase with V1 and I naught is in the first quadrant. So I1 will be vector sum of I1 will be vector sum of I1 dash and I naught. It will be addition of these two. I again say when you add voltage or current in transformer, you should not add them as numbers, you should add them as vectors. Okay. So next one is inductive load. Inductive load, you know, inductive load means you will have some phase shift. So drawing V1, E1, E2, V2, phi, everything same. The currents alone will be slightly different. I2, you see, you know, in an inductor, current is going to lag the voltage. So you see here, inductor la E2 is here, and sorry, my mouse is having issues. See, inductor, you see, this is your E2, right? And current, you see, current is lagging behind. You know, in inductor, voltage should lead, so current should lag behind. So I2 is lagging behind E2 by phi 2. And because of that, you will also have lagging in the primary side also. See, V1, between V1 and I1 dash, you are having a lagging. Between I naught and I1 is the resultant of I naught and I1 dash. See, it all depends on how you draw I2 and I1 dash. If you draw I2 and I1 dash properly, then everything will fall into place. First diagram, you see I2 and E2 are in the same direction because resistive load, there is no phase shift. Second case for inductive load, you see I2 is lagging behind E2. So I1 dash will also lag behind V1. And as usual, I0 and I1 positions will be same. There will not be any difference. This is your inductive load. Okay. Capacitive load, you can assume in a capacitor, you know current is going to lead the voltage. See here, I E2 is here and I2 is here. I2 is leading your E2. And because of that, I1 dash will also lead V1. So I1 dash will come first, then V1 will come. So I0 will come here. If you draw the resultant, I1 will be somewhere here. These things you should not mug up. It is all based on the concept of inductor and capacitor only. Nothing different what you have studied. So if you first you have to draw the basic phasor diagram with phi, V1, E1, E2. So if you know these things, then drawing current should be very, very simple. So steps I have given, see here, E1 and E2 lag phi by 90. Step up transformer means E2 is greater than E1. I1 dash and always it is going to oppose I2. So I2 and I1 dash will be opposite directions only. So I2 will be diagonally opposite to I1 dash. In the three diagrams you see, I2 and I1 dash will be in the straight line. They will be diagonally opposite to each other because of opposing flux. I0 is your no load current and I1 is your final primary current and I1 dash is because of your load. And we are drawing this based on inductive load means voltage is leading the current. Capacitive load means current is going to lead your voltage. That's all. Any doubt in drawing the phasor diagram, you can ask me. This is very, very important. I'm saying it again and again. So if you don't understand this basic phasor, next thing we'll be drawing some big phasor diagrams. There you will never understand how to draw the phasor diagram in a transformer. So if you have any doubts, please let it clarified now itself. There's no use being silent in the class. You have to ask doubts if it is not clear. Nobody will ask on your behalf.
Sir, can you repeat the capacitive load phasor diagram once?
See, in a capacitor, see, always first we'll draw the secondary side current only. That was going to dictate everything. Okay. So
Yes,
first,
sir.
after drawing all the flux voltage and V1, E1, E2, V2, that is going to be same for everything. So in the diagram, you see all the three diagrams. What is constant is going to be the flux direction is going to be
Right.
same. V1 equal to minus E1 direction is same. E1, E2, V2. These things are not going to change. Only the current directions are going to change. And when you start plotting current, you have to always start from secondary. The secondary, you see what type of load. Assume if you are going to have a
Capacitive.
capacitive load in the secondary, you know in capacitor, current is going to lead the voltage. So you have to draw I2 before E2. So E2 is somewhere here, correct? E2 is somewhere here. So you have to draw I2 before E2 with the power, with the phase angle of I2. Once you draw I2, diametrically opposite you draw I1 dash because I1 and I1 dash and I2 are going to oppose each other. Because I2 is in the secondary, I1 dash in the primary, right? So they are going to oppose each other. And once you draw I2 and I1 dash, I0 will be always constant. So I0 will be always in the first quadrant only. The resultant of I1 dash and I0 is going to be I1, which is going to be along this direction with the phase angle of I1. See, I1 will have a angle of I1 with respect to V1. I0 will have an angle of I0 with respect to V1, and I2 will have an angle of I2 with respect to V2. See, all these angles you have to mark only with respect to the voltages and not with respect to any reference point. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Same way, inductive, if you see the reverse, in inductor, you know, voltage is leading. So
Yes,
current will be obviously, you will draw current after the voltage line.
voltage.
And diametrically opposite, you will be drawing I1
I want.
dash. And I0 is going to be always like this. So resultant of I0 and I1 dash is going to be I1 is going to flow somewhere in the middle. And then mark the angles. Phi 1 is between V1 and I1.
I want.
Phi 0 is between V1 and I0. Phi 2 is between I2 and V2.